Greetings, everybody, for the second time. Welcome on today, the Wednesday, the 29th of October, 2025, to this ISRM webinar on Sisu, the Finnish model of resilience, and how we can bring that in some way, learn from that into the UK. I'm delighted to say we have three people who have looked very deeply into the issues of resilience in the societies that we're living in. And we have Totti Karpela, an old friend of ours, who ran from Finland. We actually delivered the first webinar on Sisu a number of months ago. I have to say that was one of our most successful events. We found it was outstanding. Totti, thank you for that, and great to have you back. We have Laurence Marzell, who runs the whole systems approach and is on the CRJ, Crisis Response Journal editorial board. He works with Horizon Europe, and he is a research fellow at Imperial College. Laurence, you're doing exactly what we try to do at the ISRM, which is bring together the academic, the policy, and the practitioner perspectives, one which I think is sadly lacking in many of the areas that we're working in. But great to have you here. And then, of course, our old friends Ian Fox. Ian, great to have you here. Ian has set up the Project Resilience UK and the safer spaces for all, looking at how we can bring some of the lessons from Sisu into the UK. If I might just give, just for 1 minute, an overview of where we're at. Resilience is the word de nos jours. It is a word of our generation. It seems to be the catchphrase. If you ask most people, do you feel more resilient now than 10 years ago? The answer is no, they don't. I mean, we don't. It feels somehow that the world is both fragile and brittle. It feels it is always on the edge, not only of breakage, but of systemic failure, systemic collapse, with the cascading consequences that come from that. We're seeing it more and more. There are three indicators of systemic failure on its way: the increasing frequency of low-level incidents, which we are seeing all the time; the amplitude, suddenly something goes off the graph and you go, oh my God, what was that? And then length of time to recovery, but they become more disruptive and they become more disruptive of the society we're living in. On all of those three counts, I think we can say that there seem to be signifiers that the underlying systems and systems of systems that we're dependent on are becoming both more fragile and brittle. This conversation is designed to have significance and utility. It is designed to make you feel, at the end of it, you think you understand this crazy and chaotic and challenging world a bit better. And if we've done that, then we'll have achieved our aims. Having said that, Totti, why don't we bring you in? To introduce yourself, tell us a bit about what you're involved in, and then maybe give us an overview of what Sisu is, how it manifests in Finland, and potentially some of the lessons that might be there for the rest of us, wherever we are. So, Totti, over to you.
Thank you, David, and greetings everyone who's online or maybe watching the recording later on. And thank you, Ian, for also inviting me into this session. So my professional background comes from the field of security. I worked for the National Police for 20 years here in Finland, and I've been, like most men here in Finland, I've been in our military reserves since 1988, and I'm still actively involved. And unfortunately, as many of my fellow countrymen and women have been quite active for the past 3.5 years now. I still work with security on international level. I have one company here in Finland and one company in Hong Kong, and we deal with crisis management, problematic behavior, and partially with personal resilience as well.